Hey, welcome. Mark Edward Davis here, and I could not be more excited than to share this night with my good friends Ryan and Yulia Jacobson and little Virginia Rose. Oh my gosh.
Vivian
Rose. Vivian
Yes.
Rose. Privyet. Aw, so cute. I wish I had your picture a little clearer. It's pixelated right here. I'm not sure how to fix that. See if you have a higher resolution option. I'm not sure if you do. Oh well, we'll go with it.
Am I supposed to hit something?
Nah, I don't know. I guess I thought it would come in a little clearer, but you guys are adorable. Well, tonight I wanted to just get the guys caught up on our story and just kind of talk through things. Before I do, just give us a quick word, say hi, and what's going on.
Hi. We're trying to keep her from not crying here for the next hour.
Tell you what, it's really easy.
A lot of attention.
No, it's all attention. And you guys just got back from a walk, so that's all good. Hey, if it's okay, I want to go through a little bit about the whole story and get the guys caught up, because obviously we've lived together this story since 2013. And we've been friends, and it's just been a joy to share life experiences together. But so for those who don't know who you are, we're going to start off from the beginning. And that guy right in the middle is you. This is the first. This is the first day you set foot in Ukraine. We're at the hotel lobby. We'd had, how much time did you have from the time the bus arrived till we had to go to the dinner? Do you remember?
Yeah, I forget. It was maybe an hour, maybe a couple hours. I forget what it was.
It was pretty close. And already telling me stories. I love this shot. You go, Mark, let me tell you how it's going to be. And so I just want to run through these. You've seen some of these in the Flickr account and whatnot. But, of course, meeting Vera for the first time that night. And she just became a dear part of your life. Tell me how... I assume you guys still keep in touch?
Yeah, through Facebook and stuff. I talked to Vera a little bit here and there. Yeah.
That's awesome.
In the beginning it was a little bit more, but life got a little hectic for us.
Yeah. Well, let me go back, because I think you were one of those two that just made a decision you wanted to do this. What first got you to decide, I'm going to go overseas to look for my wife? And how'd you find Dream Connections?
I found Dream Connections. Well, I started. I had a friend that met somebody online through in Ukraine, and we were playing golf one day, and he told me about it. So I started online chatting, and I could just tell that there was something missing from online chatting, but I knew that there was something there. I was interested. And I just kept searching, and all of a sudden one day a video of you popped up, just like you're now sitting there now, and it felt real. It felt. I wanted to meet somebody in person. I didn't want to meet somebody online. I called you up, and I think that was like in October, and it worked out perfect that around Thanksgiving. You had a tour going, and I was on board. And
I remember that about you. You were like, hey, I'm doing this, and you were in. It was like a month's notice, but you're a man of action. You were going for it. So how was it to meet the ladies there for you, this general thing?
Well, the whole... going over to Ukraine was different for me, and it was just a totally different culture and everything. So the first, I remember the first half of the first day was trying to get comfortable with yourself and trying to figure out what was going on, and it was. I liked it. Everything was everybody was really nice, and everything. It was just getting getting comfortable with the surroundings, getting comfortable with myself, and telling your story and getting to meet the people. And I met Yulia towards the end of the first day. It was, and I was pretty tired. It's kind of it's tiring. It's you're paying attention, trying to listen, you're trying to do all the translating and stuff, and plus the time change and stuff. But it was great. I liked it.
Well, it's funny because I remember you were saying the first day you were like, all right, I'm kind of doing the drill. Nobody jumped out at me. And then you saw Yulia, and it was like, I don't know, for you, it was like, it was over. Tell me what.
Yeah, I actually met her on. I met her on the first day, and I went through your what do you call it? I don't know what you call it, but all the study for preparation for the Ukraine. Training for Ukraine, and identify what are you looking for? Who are you looking for? What are you looking for? So I was pretty narrowed down. I knew who I was looking for, and nobody really caught my eye in the beginning. And Yulia was really quiet, and she says she's kind of dressed like a teacher, and so she was, I think, probably the first. Vera was getting every girl's phone number. She just got every girl's phone number, so it was like, and it was Vera's first time translating, so she was nervous and trying to, we were trying to figure this out together, like what's the protocol here. So we just got everybody's number, and we were trying to figure it out. And then I told Vera, I said, I want to go out tonight. I want to go out with somebody to just at least meet somebody, just to understand the culture and understand, going on. And so I met Yulia, and she gave me one look, and I was like, and she told me, she said she was single and didn't have any kids, and she was 25, and I was like, all right, I want to go with her. And so we went out that night. We went to a restaurant, and just I'll be a little bit honest. When she stood out from behind the table, I was like, oh, okay, all right, yeah. So this went to a whole nother level, and but we went to dinner that night, and right from the beginning, it was comfortable. It was just comfortable from the beginning. When we walked out of the restaurant, I remember she asked me to, or I held the door for everybody, and she reached for my hand, and we kind of an arm, and it just felt comfortable from day number one, from minute number one.
Oh, tell you what I'm going to do with you guys. I'm going to go through the stories with you, Ryan, and then when we get past the wedding, I'm going to switch this all over to Yulia, and I want to be able to talk to her about coming there and adjusting, okay? So that way you guys can play tag team, and we can focus on each of you. So,
yeah,
because everybody wants to hear Yulia's story too. So we'll definitely get both of you full time. The thing I love about this picture. What's that?
I think he just tired.
Sure.
Tired to walk around all the tables, and he think, okay, I go have date with Yulia. That's it.
No, that is not the story, and I was there. That is not the story. In fact, this is really special. I don't know another time when I specifically captured the photo of the time when you guys first met. I mean, you're sitting at the table talking to her the first time you looked across the table and met her, and I think that's a pretty special thing to be able to say we caught that moment, and you could say, yeah, that's when we met. It was right then, within 5 minutes of your meeting for the very first time is right there. And,
yeah, we kind of laugh about that. I remember that moment, and the lady in the middle was drunk and talking, and she dominated the whole conversation, and the girl on the end, the brunette, she wanted to go out, but with me, and she was all about it. And Yulia, much to say, and you had your 15 minutes at a table, and I think it was Vitaly would come around and say 2 minutes or 1 minute or something, because everybody had to keep moving, and so Yulia only got to speak for for a minute, but that's
somehow,
all it took.
Somehow you knew. And I love this picture with Anna. I don't know what she's telling you, but she's get with the program.
Yeah. Well, right away, I think I know exactly what Anna was telling me at this time. Yulia is a good person. I've known her my whole life.
You must marry her.
You must marry her.
That's true. No, and that is the kind of the cute stories that my wife has known your wife since they were kids, and it was kind of like, wow, that was really cool. Well, moving the story along quickly, because I want to get on to marriage and life and adjustments and everything else. That's really just, I love all of us. To me, it's been a very special journey. The next thing I caught you on is you wanted to tell the story to the guys of how important it is, the relationship with a translator. And this video has been so meaningful to so many guys. And, Yulia, if you think that he was pushed into dating you and he had no emotions about it, you didn't watch this video.
No, I did.
You did watch the video?
Yeah, I did.
No, it was good.
It was great.
And then we got to spend some time with you guys too during that week, and that was a lot of fun. So it's pretty cool. And then next, I'll roll through these because evidently somewhere on the finale dinner, our prom night, we were still doing it at the castle back then, and they took tons of pictures of you. So I'm just going to kind of roll through these, but you guys were just so happy, and you were. If I can say it, not everybody finds this, and I was blessed this way. Well, after my 5th trip overseas, but when I met my wife, we knew pretty quickly that we were it. And somehow I think that, well, I know because I was there. I talked to you guys. For you guys, you kind of knew it was it pretty quickly, didn't you?
Yeah, there was really no doubt. The biggest problem that I had is I wanted to run. I was just I was so excited, and I remember you and I had a beer after marriage, or after I proposed, and you told me, just calm down. I had this big plan, and I had it all figured out, and I was like, all right, we're gonna do this and this and this, I had to calm myself down, but yeah, it took me this, the second date, I was like, oh, okay, all right, this is a little more than this is serious. This, and then
it's a real thing.
By the 4th date, I was like, all right, yeah, this is the real thing.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, because, again, at least I was there for you to help get some perspective on it. I go, where was I for me? Because when I was dating my wife, there was nobody to keep me in check. I was just, exploding out of my skin the whole week long. And my wife was like, fortunately she could see through it, because she's always said he was just like a little boy with a candy, and so I relate to the excitement. Any of the guys who find their girl, it's like you feel like you're back in high school again, right?
Oh, yeah. I was bouncing off the walls. It was, I didn't sleep at all at night, and I was thinking about everything, and then I was just like, I'm going to go through this visa process, and I'm going to, they say it's 6 months, but I'm going to do it in 6 days, and I'm going to do all this, I had this
Superman
game plan,
Yeah, you got your cape on. So now, later I'll ask Yulia more about this, but I know that you and her and Julia had a long-time friendship as well.
Yeah, they. I think you mostly met through Dream Connections.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they mostly met connections, and then we got to know her and Nick a little bit. We went to their wedding and stuff, and we've kept in contact.
It was fun. You guys were smooching so much. We're like, get a room, kids. It was cute. It was just so cute. I don't even know if there's music playing here and you guys are dancing, I love this fire pit thing, It's good for a date. By the way, any guys out there, just because we don't go to the castle for the finale dinner, you can still take your girls there on dates. It's available for dating. And just in case people wondered if Yulia was excited or not, she was excited. Okay. I love the pictures. So
yeah, I think back to that time, I was definitely overwhelmed with emotion. It was. I did that wasn't my intention, or like when I went over there. Obviously, it was my intention to find somebody, but it wasn't like I didn't think that was going to happen. I didn't,
right.
I felt like, okay, I have this, but it was totally by surprise. It wasn't like.
But you know what, we're finding that, I talked about it last week, is sort of the great paradox. It's like for the guy who will go over there relaxed just to say, I'm just going to receive whatever God has for me, and I'll go, and I know it'll be a great experience no matter what happens. And then that kind of a demeanor is very attractive, and all of a sudden those are the guys finding the girls. It's like, I was just going over to have a good vacation and pow, so it says something about the guy's posture to go just be relaxed, be himself, and really enjoy the environment. And when you're in a good place, everybody wants to be with somebody who's in a good place. So, and I love this picture. I always think like it's good to be the king, right?
Yeah.
And more friends from the tour, and then a little bit afterwards, and ta-da! I always love that group picture. It was a lot of fun. You guys are right in the middle, in the center. Behind us, of course, my wife and I are in the middle of the center. Now, you came back to see her again just a couple months later because you reconnected with us in the January tour, and you went to the opera.
That was we were at the Opera House in Odessa. It was a great night.
And then, of course, we hooked up again back for karaoke night. I had to throw this one in. Come on, that is fun though. Is that not the greatest family experience?
Karaoke in the United States has nothing on.
Nothing.
In the Ukraine, it's so much fun.
Yeah, it is. And there's the girls. I just thought it was cute. I don't know why the four of you got together to get a picture, but I love it. I think it's adorable. And then we caught up with you in America. So I know we're kind of fast forwarding a little bit, but it took a while. How long did your visa process take from that January trip, or when you filed, till you could bring her to America?
Well, I got back. I got back like the first week of December, and we started the paperwork right away. Mm-hmm. And I went over there January 22nd, and we had just sent the paperwork in that. I hired Oksana, and the holidays kind of slowed some things up there.
Sure.
And so then January 22nd, we sent in the paperwork, and she came here June 6th last year.
Yeah, but I came earlier. I had problem with my medical.
Yeah, we had to go up Eve, and there was a few delays in there. She had to get some vaccinations and stuff like that.
I waited 2 months, but if it was at beginning everything without my
why don't we switch out? Now I want Yulia in here. You hold the baby, and let me get Yulia center. We're gonna talk about her because now it's her story. All right.
I waited 2 months about for my if it didn't happen. I can be here at April. It was so quickly everything.
Yeah. No, I remember it. And Oksana, it was, by the way, for the guys who don't know, Oksana Van Roy is the attorney that we love and is part of our family, and she'll work really hard to help couples get through, and I know she's got a good success rate. But you finally got here. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Yulia went through her medical, and so this is, she's going up to Kyiv, and we're expecting her to get her visa, and I get a message from Julia. It says, something horrible's happened, call me. And I'm like, and the first person I call is you at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and it was great. Anna called Yulia, and the problem was solved in like 2 minutes, but I called you at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, brother, you can call my phone anytime. I was glad to be there, and we jumped right on it and got the answer. But just so you guys know the story, in the visa process, the girls have to go through a medical exam within 3 days of their interview, their final interview. And part of that is the U.S. government just wants to make sure that the ladies don't have a criminal record and they're not bringing disease into the country. Well, she happened to have sort of a bronchial infection, like a pneumonia kind of a thing. And so because the infection in her body, she had to go get healthy and take another medical, which delayed the process a month. Which you can imagine the suspense there is getting your visa. You're all tense, you're pacing the floor. Am I going to pass? Am I going to pass? And then find just because you were sick, that you got denied and you have to start all over again a month later, is just, everybody's going crazy. And, that's what she's saying. A disaster's happened. It's horrible. Life is ending. But you know what? All of that's in the past.
Well,
go ahead.
Yeah, it is. But to give you a little insight of
sure
how it's different, Yulia got on the train and went to Kiev,
which is like 10-hour
went
train
to Kiev,
ride.
And she did the math. Yeah, a 10-hour train ride, and did the math, and I think she took like $47 or something, and she had it right to the penny. She was going to stay there 3 days, and it was going to cut right to the penny, and she was. I don't leave the house without my credit card, and and she had it right to the penny, and it was, so I had to wire her some money, Western Union some money, and just these things, but it's just a different mindset, That's just,
no, I love that.
It was a learning curve, and we're learning like, oh, holy cow,
So is she still like that? Very conservative?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
It's funny because my wife's the same.
Not conservative, but just.
Yeah, but Anna's the same way. She loves shopping at Ross. She loves being able to know she got, she goes, babe, I came back and look how much stuff I got for so little, and that's why she loves going to, when you were at Turkey, she loves shopping the bazaar because you get these deals and stuff. But the ladies like to take care of us. They like to make sure we're not overspending. And I love the fact that because of the way they live, she went all the way across the country with $27 because that's all she would need to get home again, and that was it. And it's like, wow, like you said, we don't do that.
And I gave her money when we went over to Kiev. I gave her money and she handed it back to me.
Wow. Yeah.
She was just like, I don't need this. I was like, and I'm thinking like, I'm gonna take care of her, and she's like, I'm fine.
Because I was an independent woman.
Yeah, she's an independent woman.
Hey, Ryan, slide your computer over just a little so the light of your ceiling, no, the other way, so the light isn't catching. There we go. We can balance you guys out a little better. Great. That's great. Yeah, a little more focused on her, just a hair. A little more on her. There you go. So tell me, when you first got here, was it a shock to you coming to America? Was it what you expected? You didn't care? I'm with my man.
Oh, of course I was a little bit shocked. It's all different. In Kiev, I with my luggage, 22 kilograms. It's without any elevator. Just some men helped me through this whole way to the bus to go in the airport. And after 2 hours, I was in London in the airport, and it just elevator help carry all your luggage and everything. I mean, just these things. And
it was the first time you ever left country, other than...
Yeah, first time, and it's different here, different everything, cultural building, all people, everybody smile, and hello, how are you? What never happened, I think, in Ukraine, or we ask, how are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's total different, everything. Maybe I today don't understand. I don't feel it's like my home because I feel like I visited for just my small vacation. But after a little while, it's slowly happened, and I feel myself like at home.
Yeah.
And I never miss in Ukraine. Never. I never cry. I'm at home and dreaming back home again.
Mm-mm.
And I don't know I won't go back to Ukraine. It's not my number one plane.
But we got the internet, you got Facebook, you got everybody that you can talk to. Here, I'm going to shut off my phone 1 second.
Big things, I think, depend on man. Man very help me. He never saying why you sit at home or why you won't go visit a lot place. He just did what I want to do. He doesn't push on me, and he give me time. Like to be with this minor in another country, it's my other life.
Right. He gave you space to adjust and get comfortable, yeah, without pushing.
Yep. And he helped me, and he never say me I did something wrong at home, or he just wait, maybe. I think big things depend on man. It's very important when you feel support, and when you love each other, it's what country, I think, just to be together, that's it.
I agree. I remember my wife felt the same way. I was asking her because we didn't get to go back to Ukraine for a long time, and she says, why? I talk to my mom every day on Skype. I'm tired of her. What am I going to go do in Ukraine? If I can do this real quick, I'm gonna take a quick detour here. I just thought I would play just a couple minutes your wedding video here for the guys, and we'll come back. Now, is that part you were talking to your mama back home?
No, I think she was talking to some of her family back in
Ukraine.
Yeah.
My wife did the same thing. All right, well, I just wanted to give the guys a little taste of it because it was a lot of fun, and it was fun to be there with you guys. And I gotta say, Yulia, I just was so touched that you asked me to walk you down the aisle. I haven't had anybody do that, and it was really an honor. I really appreciated it. So we had a fun day.
Yeah, when she got here 6th, and again, 1,000 thoughts are going through my mind, and the only thing that Yulia wanted is she wanted a dress. It's the only thing that mattered was the dress.
Yeah.
And then she was walked down the aisle. And it was great that you guys could be there. It was awesome. It was and for as quickly as we put it together, it was perfect. I had a million thoughts. I went from 300 people to 2 people to but it all worked out. Everything was great.
Okay, so now I've got photos, and these are just photos that you guys posted of your family life together just on Facebook. So tell me what family life has been like for you guys. Looks like you like to do a lot of outdoors things.
Well, one thing is right after we got married, my mother put our picture in the paper, and all of a sudden, all these Ukrainian women come out of the woodwork here in Wapaka.
Really?
And then, yeah, there's quite a few Ukrainians women around here, and so
in our city live one woman from Ukraine, and we spend time with her family. Before we was alone, but it wasn't boring. We ride a bicycle, spend time on a boat in a lake. I don't know. We never boring. Always find something to do. In the winter, we did puzzle, play sequence, and You know, and sometimes we spend time with our friends, with mine. It's now our friends, but I find it's all Ukrainian girls who marry American women. They live here maybe 10 years, maybe more, have
Wow.
4 kids, 3 kids, a lot of
kids.
Everybody's happy.
Yeah, both of those are Ukrainian women, and they're all married. Well, Nadia, the lady in the blue, is married. Her husband's Ukrainian, but all the rest of them are married to American men.
Oh.
But and they all met different ways, you know.
Yeah, we went on a dinner with our friends, and they invited us. We invited there.
But we've been to Tampa, we went to Vegas, we've been to Costa Rica to see my parents. We went back up to my hometown up in the UP of Michigan to visit friends. We had some friends come down here and visit us. We went over to Kalamazoo and visited friends. I mean, so we've been.
This photo, Ryan invited me on a date. Yeah, he sometimes invited me on a date and present me flowers, and we go to dinner.
Romantic husband. That's good.
Yep.
Aw, that's so nice. So now here you're already starting to show. So, you know, obviously your baby's on the way. Oh, now in sequence, you guys are on the lake here. Were you pregnant then when you're on the lake?
No, this was 2 days ago.
Oh, just a few days ago. Oh, so baby's already
baby
born.
in a basket on the floor.
Oh, down there on the
this
floor.
is.
Okay, all right. What a beautiful.
This is summer in Wisconsin, right here.
Wow. You know, you wait all year for summer in Wisconsin, don't you? Just for the beautiful weather. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a week ago, I think.
It's my baby shower.
Oh,
that's all my mom's sisters.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm out
It's
of
very
order
nice
here.
traditional. We don't have this in Ukraine. It's so cool. Have this in USA.
Aw.
We didn't spend any money for clothes for baby. Everything is presents.
Oh. Well, I'll never forget. I got the call from Ryan the day you went in, and he was going, "This is it. This is it." And then also talk about you guys had some complications too with the little one. You know, it had to have been hard. And Yulia, he bragged on you. He just says this woman is so strong. You know, she's not worried about it. Everything's going to work out fine. And I thought that was so great. Where else would you find that kind of strength? We love our Ukrainian women. They're so strong. No complaining, right? Doesn't matter. Baby's happening. It's all working. No complaining.
Yep.
All right. Well, I got a little video here I got to play. I got off of yours too. So we'll just do this for a little bit.
Can you hear me, Mark?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I can hear you. You can talk over it.
I think back to this day where this video was made. This was the day that she got out of the hospital, and we had some complications. She drank some merconium, for anybody that knows about having birth with babies. But so this was the third day after she'd been home, and we only had about 2 hours of sleep each night, and we went up there. Oh my God! And she cried and cried and cried, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is brutal." You know, third day in a row of 2 hours of sleep, and we left there, and that night she went to bed, and everything has pretty much been just great since then. You know, we sleep through the night. She goes to bed, but that day. It was like we were so tired. We were just learning to be parents at that moment. We were like, "Oh my God!" But we went up there, and then we were riding down the road, and she just got out of the hospital, you know, and the baby was, and Vivian was in the NICU, and we just pulled over, and we got out of the car, and we kind of looked at each other and kind of laughed for a second. We were like, "Oh my God!" I was like, okay, we can do this, you know. And then it was we kind of turned a corner after that day. It was like everything kind of soothed out, and we became a family at that moment.
Yeah. No, I'm just so happy for you guys. It's, it's kind of the dream come true out of everything you do. You plan, you go for it, and then to see it all come together. Sometimes you just, the guys, I deal with guys all the time who are calling, and they really struggle to believe it can really happen, And I'm sure, Yulia, for you, how many Ukrainian women can believe that this can be true, this family life that you have?
How many Ukrainian friends or my family?
Is it hard for Ukrainian women to believe that they could find a good man and have this kind of life?
Yeah, at the beginning they think it's so difficult. I don't know why. And when I call my aunt, and when Ryan proposed me marriage, I called my aunt and said, I get married. She asked me, how many days you know him? 2? I said, no, 4. Like it's something changed. And she nothing to say me, like it's not true, and she just waiting maybe, and she doesn't believe until I had maybe ticket, because it's like, I don't know, it's like a story about Cinderella.
Fairy tale.
It's so easy. It's everything so easy without any problem. We never had problem between us, and
I had somebody explain to me one time, they say, the difference between the mindset of a Ukrainian and the people in the West is that Ukrainians believe that life is hard and there's work, and then you really appreciate the good times, and you celebrate those, because they don't come all the time. Most of life is hard and it's work. And he says, you people in the West, in America and Canada, these other places, you believe life should always be good. And the times that are difficult, that's the exception. But life should always be good. And it's really interesting that we have this perspective on life. But what it means is we appreciate so much Ukrainian ladies, because you come over and you just love to be part of family. You work hard. You're just like, hey, life is hard, and we celebrate the good. And it's such an easy, wonderful relationship. I just wanted to get you guys as a couple on there to hear, because the one thing I always say is you guys got to get to know us as couples, because the one thing you'll notice is that we're just comfortable together, I don't know I don't want to speak words in your mouth, but I've just known you guys for a while, and I would just say you guys are very comfortable with each other,
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody, when I proposed, and I got on Facebook and told my parents, and they were kind of like, my dad was kind of like thumbs up, and my mom was kind of like, and then when everything was happening, they were like, okay, and all my friends knew about it and were hearing about it, and they were like, okay. Well, then she showed up, and we had friends stop by, and everybody was like, this is a normal, natural relationship. It's like, I didn't know what they were expecting, but it's just we met in an untraditional way, but I think we met in a 21st century way. It's you don't have to meet somebody 2 doors down, or somebody you graduated with, and when it works, it works. I think I couldn't go back to the beginning and change one thing. I wouldn't change one thing. It's
No, you could change one thing. You propose me.
Yeah.
Not after 4 days. After one.
After one day, yes.
Yeah. I remember husband, my cousins. He asked me questions. Why all these guys married in Ukrainian women? Why they can marry in USA? Why they go through whole world? And
what did you tell them?
I said, I don't know. Maybe because we the best.
Well, one thing Ukrainian women or just Yulia. If you go, Yulia always has lipstick on, or always has her hair done. Is always a lady. Our house is super clean. if we get out of bed at 3:00 in the morning to change diapers, she makes the bed. our clothes are all hung up. Everything's put. All the dishes are done every night. Everything's put away. We cook at home almost every night. We don't eat out very much. Everything's cooked from scratch. We eat a lot of soup. We eat very healthy. I mean, it's kind of a little bit of an old world, and you can see the, I don't know how to say it, but you can see I was a little more sloppy and I was a little more loose in some regards, and you can tell that her schooling was a little bit different,
Hey, you were a single
guy. You don't see that in American women. Yeah, but you don't even see it like and I don't want to say anything bad about anybody, but you don't see the tidiness.
You needed a good woman in your life, right, Yulia? He needed a good woman in his life.
Yes.
And it's so cute as you're describing your house. She's so proud. She's smiling. Yep, that's me. Yep, everything's good. Yep, that's my house. I'm proud. It's true.
And we lead a very simple. I mean, a small house. The only thing she wanted was a bigger couch. We got a bigger couch. Other than that, it's.
No, I said I need new shoes.
New shoes, of course, new shoes.
But it's a woman. Hello.
Yes. But it's always kept in check. There's never pressure for me to earn more money or do anything. It's always about the family first, and what's important for the family first, and then we get new shoes.
Yeah.
No, it's absolutely perfect in my mind.
No, we're so happy for you guys. Thanks for sharing. So what's next on the horizon?
I don't know. I think we're gonna
take it a day at a time.
Sit back and enjoy for a while.
Well, that's a good answer.
We got summer. We got summer coming.
Because truly, no matter what you do,
just sit back and enjoy.
This is what it's all about. No matter what you do, where you go, it's about family. It's about having somebody to love you and to be loved, and what you share, and just cooking in the kitchen together, and having somebody wonderful that just loves you without conflict or games or tension, and just to enjoy life. I mean, what more could you ask?
Yeah, it was before we got married, or before we went over the UK, it was my parents and my sister and I, and when Yulia got married and now Vivian's here, I see my family, or I talk to my family more than I ever have, and so later this year we're going to go see my sister, and my parents are coming here in a couple of weeks, and it's all about spending time together now, and we enjoy it. It's before we were a lot more about work.
Yeah, isn't that funny how that
now
changes?
About baby.
now
it's about baby. So Ryan, Yulia, tell me, how did it change you? What was the impact of now having a baby? How did it change you? Did you feel like something wonderful happened, or describe it?
I don't know. I think two parents for baby, it's not enough. It need to be 3 moms and 5 for dad.
That's why you got mamas and papas around there, right?
Yeah.
Now I feel myself, maybe I lived right. It's actually a couple of days ago, was 1 year, like I moved here. But I feel maybe I live here half my life, or maybe whole my life.
Yeah, interesting.
And I think baby, it's a good experience for family. You can feel more support to each other, and Ryan helped me a lot. Helped me. He wake at night, change her diapers and something like this, and you just maybe see more love in your family, and when you see how smile your baby, and he little bit look like he part like me, and it's so wonderful. Like in one person, you see two person.
That's
And
so
when she
cute.
smile, when we talk to her and she smile, and it's
And now she's fussing.
That's okay. It's a tiny one.
Yeah, it was definitely. I remember holding her for the first time in right after delivery. It was definitely a moment I will not forget in life. When I held her for the first time, it was like, oh my God. It's I can't imagine it any other way, and it feels as natural as anything I've ever done in my life. Is the progression of things just feel like natural life, like I planned it. This is what I wanted. I didn't have to force anything. It just, we both wanted to be together. We planned it. We weren't gonna have a baby or get pregnant until after we were married. So we were married August, and I think she found out she was pregnant on August 4th. So we waited 3 days to do that, and yeah, we talked about it. It was, we talked about it, and that was just kind of the way that it was. It was just like, okay, we both agreed, and she doesn't really make things out to be really bigger than they are. It's like, okay, we're gonna have a baby. All right, and we have a baby, and then you just she kind of takes it in stride, and it's great for me. It's she doesn't make things out to be bigger than they need to be.
Doesn't add stress to the situation. They control it, and
yeah, even even when we were in the hospital and things weren't going the way we had envisioned, she just kept it right in the present moment. Everything is fine this moment, and we'll not worry about anything until we have to start worrying about something. And there was no. She was really strong through the whole process. Even moving here, I mean, she never showed any like I don't belong here type of like
stress, anxiety, homesickness, none of that. Yeah.
And none of that. No.
Well, that's what it doesn't have to be. This is why I've always said, huh?
I think Ryan more worried about me than I about my life here. He asked me, what about your friend? You don't know nobody here. I say, oh, don't worry, I find somebody. I will find somebody. And then finally, I have a lot friends, and I had before. And Yulia moved here, Anna live here, and my friends from university live here, and just different state. And I never worry about my life. If I think about my friends, I never move here. For me, not important. Of course, friends it's important, but it's not number one in my life. I moved here to build my family,
and you did.
It's more important than my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we love you guys, and we just look forward to spending more time with you, and just so happy for you. And thanks for letting the guys have an update to everything going on.
Uh-oh.
See, that's what I get for doing an interview when you have a 1-month-old, By the way, good news for you. I've had 4 kids. I've good news for you. When they all turn 3, they become easy. Once they hit 3, get through till 3, and they're golden. They're golden.
3 years?
Yeah, then they're just like little people. They're your best friends, and they're so cute.
Same as 3 months midway.
All right, 3 months. There you go. 3 months. No, I love you
We
guys.
always joke we didn't order a crying fussy baby. We ordered good behavior, and we got good sleeping, and she's usually good
That's
most
it. Hey, you
the time.
can't complain too much. I mean, I know you guys just got back from a walk and she's tired, but you're telling me you're getting 6 hours of sleep a night? That's not even fair. Most parents don't get that. That's good.
We continue spend time outside and go for dinner. We don't sit at home because we have small baby, and
Good for you.
we continue live our life what we had before. It's just a little bit, of course, difficult with baby, but we try.
That's right. You gotta live your life. Well, thanks so much for sharing, guys. I'll let you get back to your night. We just love you, and glad to be friends. And I know we'll keep up with you through Friends for Life and all the other couples that we bring here, and we'll do more to help everybody connect. And that's what we love to do. So, thanks for sharing, guys. Have a great night.